Hey guys, so I don't usually do videos with these, but I've been really busy lately, and I just wanted to share some of the things that I've been doing on my little truck. Recently, I heard some noises that made me concerned, and so I went through a full, timing rebuild. Timing chain, cam gears, crankshaft gear, oil pump, water pump. I even did the distributor just because I was in there, might as well, right? Here it is, sunrise in beautiful Florida, and I'm here to tell you, she's running pretty good. For a 30-year-old truck almost, with 350,000 miles. A few dents that I did not have any responsibility in creating. Cobbled together exhaust system, part of a missing dash because, as most people know, cars from this era have the plastic fabric circuit board that just decides to stop working one day, and then you can't tell how much gas you have or what your RPM is or how fast you're going. Planning on having that shipped off at some point in the near future, but here it is, 6:18 in the morning. My neighbors are probably still sleeping. I'll just give you nothing wrong with that. And I'm gonna open the hood. Because to me, with all the work I put into this ugly old girl who deserves life, forgive me. Ooh, there we go. Hang on. Off the yellow tub. Audio system, I have a circuit breaker instead of a fuse so that I can willingly shut it off when I need to. NGK, spark plug wires, brand new radiator. .240SX header because it is technically a KA24DE, which means it shares a lot of the qualities of the S13. And some of those qualities are an absolute refusal to rev up beyond 6,500 RPM, lack of real horsepower, You'll notice there's no check engine light on my dash. It's not because I removed the light bulb. And the gas gauge says it's full, which is a lie. The only gauge that is working on this entire grid right now, and one of the reasons why I'm about to ship it off to Connecticut or Michigan, I can't remember where, is the temperature gauge. temperature gauge reads steady, always accurate, lets me know if I'm about to go into limp mode, which I never do because this thing runs great. Brand new timing chain, guides, cam gears, etc., etc. The one thing that I absolutely love about this truck, which I don't recommend holding your phone while you're driving, it's the low RPM torque. Place that we live, we have a nickname for this section of highway. We call it Bloody 98. I think the nickname mainly comes down to people who pull out onto the highway not knowing that the person coming at them is probably doing 65 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone. If you have any form of acceleration in your vehicle and you're faced with an insurmountable obstacle, like, let's say for instance, Bloody 98, wait your turn, find your gap, right? We'll refocus the camera here so you can see what's coming at me. Here we have a pretty big gap, but regardless of how big the gap is, I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm gonna let the KA24 sing. She does sing. She sounds amazing when she's singing. I know I don't have a headliner. Respect residential neighborhoods, regardless of what the speed limit is, be it 20, 25, 15. I think I've seen 12 once, which is egregious, but sure, okay. We're gonna do 12 miles an hour. I don't even know how to gauge 12 miles an hour on my speedometer. The header pipe does make my truck kind of loud, and for that, to my neighbors, I am not really sorry. I learned early on riding a motorcycle that loud pipes save lives, and I drive a lowrider, and one of the things that really makes me feel disconcerted when I'm riding around on 98 or anywhere in America in general is that there's a lot of big fuck off trucks, like these mall crawlers with their giant like 26-inch rims that can't fucking see me out of their mirrors, because their mirrors are literally 3 feet above the roof of my lowrider. Right? So I installed something that I'm not, it's too early in the morning to do it, but I installed a truck horn that sounds like an ambulance is behind you. Give that a couple of quick blasts when somebody throws on their turn signal and tries to turn without realizing that I'm there. Burp, burp. They tend to stay in their lane. This horn button was custom made for me by a company called Rev Limiter. I didn't want to just put some company logo, and I have a tendency to put the old 7-pointed star in a lot of places in my life. So you can thank I think Danny Carey for that, because he seems to be the prime mover that keeps it around within the band. If you don't know what band I'm talking about, then it's none of your goddamn business, really. I just thought it was cool. And he also did it in this really cool red with chrome. I don't know if you can tell, but the outlines are all chrome and they're really shiny. So that's pretty cool. What else have I missed? Lately, I did do a little bit for the lighting. I installed an LED light bar so that I could be extra redneck, but I did it in such a way here, let me turn it on. It's actually hiding behind my bumper. So the only way that you can perceive that there's any light even being generated is to be so low to the ground. It works great when I'm driving at night because it feels like I have brights on that aren't actually focused at the top of the tree. Now, when I actually turn the brights on in this truck, it's a whole other story. That is what I would consider egregious. I did it last night when I was driving home. Super bright. Oh, by the way, I do understand that the paint on the exterior fenders does not match the stock paint, but I needed the Xterra fenders over the Frontier fenders so that I could fit the extra wide stance that I'm still currently working on. I think I found a good fit. I just gotta figure out what to do with the rear, because it looks really good in my opinion. No matter which way you look at the front, it's almost like those wheels were made for those fenders. But when you get to the back, you realize that I have a physical limitation here, because the outside shoulder of the tire is about 3/4 of an inch outside of my fender. I need something. If anybody has any first-gen Frontier advice that will allow me to go wider and lower, because as of right now, my caster angle is completely fucked up because I cannot lower the rear end as much as the front. And I need the front end lowered as much as it is, because that's where my anti-sway bar is. So the majority of the stability of my truck resides in the front end. Oh, here's another nice piece. This is custom made by me. Gold honeycomb over that nice persimmon red that I put on my wheels. Felt like I had to do a little bit of something. Give that door handle a little bit of pop. Anyway, as time goes on, keep trying to bring this thing up to something that somebody would see at a car show and be like, wow, I've never really seen that kind of thing before. They certainly would have that reaction. Whether or not they'd be enthusiastic about it is a different story. I've seen a lot of cool builds, but most of us don't have the kind of money to just dump into a project week in and week out. I've been lucky. Not having a car payment helps. But yeah. Thinking about starting a YouTube channel. Not really big on being part of the social media globosphere. I honestly don't even really care to be pointing at this camera at my face right now. My only motivation is that I feel like I know a lot of things, and there are a lot of people who don't know a lot of things. So, like, if I start doing this via video instead of just pictures of the finished product, maybe somebody could learn something. So, if you're seeing this out of the blue, the algorithm gives you a hint about me and my little project here. And you know what to do, I guess. If you don't like my truck, keep your fucking thoughts to yourself. All right? Love.